Hey everybody, this is Glidercat and it's time to play. We are back in Factorio Space Age. Let's get back to it. Right at the top here, let me tell you what I've been doing. If we go on the map, between episodes, most of the factory I have upgraded with productivity modules. Wherever I can, everything's pretty much filled in with those. All of our mining, even the ammunition processing where we could. I think I've got productivity modules in there. Between episodes, actually right over here somewhere, I did have an enemy spawn in, an encampment kind of spawn in of biters and spitters. And they took out a whole bunch of my copper processing over here. But yeah, one just spawned in. So I've since gotten rid of that. But we are going to have to push this enemy back at some point. And the defenses here are kind of weak. I think these turrets were all dead when I came by. But that's all back up and running, kind of holding the enemy off a little bit. But man, we need to get those artillery shells, and I need to get construction drones, construction bots, like bad. So I want that. And I was looking through the Factoriopedia here, and it looks like we're gonna need lubricant in order to get construction bots and things. So what I want to do this episode, or let me tell you what I've got kind of on my list of things to do. One is get oil processing up and running with the advanced oil processing so we can produce lubricant. And then we'll deal with the light oil and the heavy oil, all that kind of stuff. So we're going to do that down here where we've got all these pump jacks. Nearby, we've got more we can tap into once we take over some more territory. There's a bunch of oil over here on the map, and I think there's even more down here somewhere. I thought there were three kind of clusters of oil. Yeah, there's one right here, and then one over here. So we'll keep this as oil processing down here. So that's one thing. Get all the oil processing going. That's going to be fairly involved. The other is the next two science packs. We got production science, which I think is, I don't know if that's purple, I'm guessing. Production science, we could do that now. And we've got utility science coming up. That one is going to require the lubricant as well, so we can make electric motors. These guys right here are electric engines. So those are the things on my list. Then we need to do more modules. All I've got is productivity modules on our kind of our mall bus here. We need to get speed modules, efficiency modules, quality modules, get all those things automated too. But let's jump in with oil processing. We'll see how well our defenses hold up. You know, we're going to be adding a bunch more processing, a bunch more pollution, and we might get enemies aggroing beyond what our defenses can hold. These defenses down here at the bottom have flame turrets. These ones up top do not have flame turrets at all. In fact, this whole wall just has regular ammunition. These guys up here have piercing ammo for the most part. I think most of those turrets have piercing ammo. And then these walls down here over on the left side of the screen, they just have regular ammo. And this one did get attacked, but it looks like that's holding up pretty well. This guy down here, yeah, looks like we lost a turret already. Again, these guys are just running regular ammunition, but we're not getting a ton of attacks. Anyway, so we'll see how long those defenses can hold up as we ramp up production. Might become a problem. So let's bounce off of the map view. We're down here in the oil processing area, and got a little drawing that I made of what I want to do. I'm going to try and set up oil processing without using logic and circuits and wires and all that kind of stuff, because I'm just not that crazy about that. We may have to do it later, and if so, I will. But I want to see if we can get by without using the wires and the logic circuits and all that stuff. I just play it a little bit more easy. So what do we have now? We've got basic oil processing giving us what is this? Petroleum gas. I think we're gonna leave that as is, but we're gonna set up some other production lines here for oil using the advanced oil processing. So let's see, how do I want to do that? We need oil refineries, I guess. Let's grab these. And let's start. I got lots of room off to the right. We're gonna need a ton though. I'm pretty good. Yeah, I can do landfill if I need to. Pretty far, but I want to leave room for 2 columns. So let's call that a column. Move over somewhere right about there. Is that lined up? Looks like it. And this is going to be advanced oil processing. And we've got a whole bunch we got to do with this. So this is our regular crude oil coming down. Let's bring this across. In fact, we may not need to go actually that far with this. We'll leave it. Then we'll see. And so this guy needs crude oil and water. Where's my water? Got water over here somewhere. Looks like right there is some water we can tap into. Let's bring that across as well. Maybe... Are we safe to do it here? Not sure if I have to have above ground pipes when we cross an underground pipe with a different material. But we'll do it just to play it safe here. This is going to be our water line. And we're going to hear warnings the whole time we're doing this. Okay, I'm going to tap into this water. We can shore up that supply later if we need to as well. Okay, and now we want oil coming down. Let's see. Another one of these down. We'll try to line them up. And we'll set ourselves up with just two of these oil refineries to start us off with. Here's our oil water. We'll come back a bit. Yeah, right here, I just don't know if we're supposed to be above or not. Like if I'm supposed to have a solid pipe here or not. I'm guessing we don't, but I'm just going to play it safe. I'll have to look that up. Or you guys can let me know in the comments. Alright, now we got water. We need to get power over here. Advanced oil processing, same for you. Okay, now we got 3 different products to deal with. We got petroleum gas and light oil and heavy oil. Petroleum gas. Let's see. I'm just looking at my little drawing here, what I want to do. It's been a while since I've done this. Let's do this. Can't remember how I used to go about doing this. Thought it was something like this. Be a little trial and error early on here. So I'm going to get the petroleum gas up and out of here. And I'm going to route it to a pipe that we've already got set up for petroleum gas, which is out this way. Boom. So that'll help feed petroleum gas. Those two are wired up. Now for light oil and heavy oil, I need to run pipes for that. And those are going to go... Don't want them conflicting with this water pipe because we may bring that across. So let's go up 2 from there. And we'll say this is going to be our... Let's make it the... Is that the light oil? Light oil, light oil, light oil. I guess I'm just going to have to run an underground pipe. We'll see if we mix up fluids, then I'll know. Do it different in the future. That's going to be my light oil. Why are we not seeing any come through? Crude oil and water. Water and crude oil. I've got these pipes reversed, it looks like. So they are specific, huh? Can I do a vertical flip? Yeah, that worked. So I just did hit the V key to do a vertical flip. Now that's running. But now my pipes are all wrong. Oh man, that's frustrating. Alright, let's disconnect our water and oil. And let's flip these back. Boom, boom. Do we have a way of draining the product out of here? If we do, I don't know what it is. And are you serious? Light oil just went everywhere. Trash. Okay, that helped. Okay, so we emptied that pipe. And let's just fix these inputs here. Water has to be the top one. And oil has to be the bottom. We can empty that. Well, I just deleted it. Let's bring oil down to the bottom. And then we want water up top. Okay, that's that. I think we're back up and running. Now we got petroleum gas in the pipe that we want it. And we got our light oil showing up here. Light oil, we're going to route up this way. And that'll be our light oil pipe coming through here. Maybe we'll try and line these guys up. And now we need to get heavy oil. Or no, we need to drain this pipe. Drain that pipe. And that's our heavy oil. Oh man, those are hard for me to tell apart. Let's run that up too. Hopefully these won't mix. Boy, I don't know. We got petroleum gas going off to the left, and we got heavy and light going off to the right. Next thing we want to do is I want a bell. Let's see, what do I want? Heavy oil. Yeah, let's process heavy oil. And what I want to do, I think what I want to do is create a bit of a storage buffer for this. Let me just look and see how much room we've got. A ton. So let's do a couple things. I'm going to select this whole setup. Boom. Just for spacing. Actually, I can take... I'll just take one of these guys. Try and get this lined up the way that one is. I think that's about right. And then over here, I want to put some storage tanks. Let's make some more of these. And this is going to be storage for heavy oil. Just thinking how I want to do it. Boom. 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 Oh, my guy's in the way. Horizontal boom. Horizontal boom. So there's 4 storage tanks. I want to bring... I guess I can take a light... Or no, let's do heavy oil first. I want heavy oil to come down here. Actually, let's see exactly where I want it. I'll pull this up. Yeah, that's our heavy oil coming down into storage. We're blocked on light oils not being used, so this is kind of, our production has stopped. Heavy oil comes through here. And then I want a line here to turn heavy oil into light oil in case we need to do that conversion. And then, let's see. Fuel, heavy oil into light oil, and we need heavy oil into, oops, I think the lubricant. Let's take a look and see what that recipe is. Lubricant is just heavy oil. Just thinking here. Let's see. Let's take heavy oil back up. This is a little goofy, but it might make sense here when I'm done. Hopefully. Heavy oil back up. And it's going to come straight back down. And what I want to do, I think now, is make the lubricant. And so where do we make that in? We make it in... chemical plant. So let's throw down a chemical plant. I got a bunch of these. Let's try to line them up. I guess they're kind of small. Let's line up at the tops. That. This guy's going to do lubricant for us. It needs heavy oil, and we're going to bring it down from the top. Heavy oil comes down, we make lubricant, and you need power. I feel like I should have power running along the tops of this. And lubricant needs a pipe. And it's probably going to be on top of these guys. Looking at the map, this is going to need to go, I think, in both of our buses are going to need lubricant. Let's run that up. And I want at least 1, 2, so kind of right there. We'll move that belt if it's in the way. There is our lubricant. Next up in our little chain here, I want a line to convert heavy oil into light oil in the event that we have too much heavy oil. And so let's grab a chemical plant for that. Try to get this roughly straight across. Boom. That's a little high. We'll go there. That looks like it's lining up. So you... Oh, maybe I don't need to do that with you. I need to do one of you. One of these little guys. Chemical plant. About right there. And you're going to take heavy oil and crack it into light oil. Bring power across. And that power pole is going to be in the way for sure. Now I need to bring heavy oil. Do I need water for this process? Heavy oil and water gets us light oil. Yeah, I need water too. So let's bring our water across. Like I said, hopefully this isn't going to mix on me. We'll find out. Let's do water here. Am I out of pipes? I'm out of pipes. I think I have some in my car. Let's check and see. Not many. We'll make some more. Let's get those crafting. I may need to go to the mall and get some more of those too. What do you need? Iron plates too. Do we have iron plates nearby? We got some up here I can steal. Nope, that's plastic. I'm gonna grab some iron plates here just so we can craft up some more. Alright, more you. Don't want those. More of these. And then more of that. whole bunch more of those. I'm going to need to go get the straight pipes because they get all consumed when I make the curved one, when I make the underground pipes. I'll be right back. All right, water's going on top. Let's make 2 of these. How have I been spacing you guys out? That'll do for now. It's our light oil or heavy oil. And this is going to be our water. Water is right there. Heavy oil is, that's our lube. I think this is supposed to be our heavy oil. Let's see what the scoop is. That's our light oil. This is our heavy oil. It might be just blocked or backed up right now on the light oil not being consumed. But I think that's our heavy oil. I need you there. So hopefully that's all gonna work. We're being attacked, but that's alright. We'll set this guy up to heavy oil cracking. And then our light oil is now gonna go into a set of storage tanks. That's next. In fact, I can maybe line those up with here. These guys. Something like that. That's going to be light oil storage. That's going to work its way back up. Light oil is this guy right here. I actually want this going up to the light oil line and then the light oil line coming down here. I got a belt in my way, we'll move it. just going to drop off the junk into this box just so we're not filling our inventory with a bunch of garbage. That all, and I'll get rid of that too. So light oil's down here. And this has to meet up with that. Boom. Now light oil needs to go into its storage. That is a one-way trip, and then up it comes. And goes on its way off to the right where it's needed. So we've got light oil from our advanced oil processing coming into the storage, goes up, around, and is forced down into the storage. And then our light oil cracking is up, over, down into the storage. Okay, that's got a little bit of storage in it. Now what? Now what? Now what's next is, let's see, light oil. I think I want light oil into petroleum gas, and we're going to turn these production lines on and off as we need to. So if we've got a bunch of extra light oil, I want to turn that into petroleum gas, or have the ability to kind of pull a lever and get more petroleum gas production if we're short on that. I'm going to copy this guy, bring you over right there, and this is going to be light oil into petroleum gas. You need water and light oil. Did I leave enough room? I guess. So piping's going to look very similar. And I probably want 2 of these. And light oil on top. Comes across. And we need power. Now that petroleum gas has to work its way all the way back to where our petroleum gas pipe is. That's down here, this guy. Try to line up with some of these pipes above. One more over if we can. How do we want to do this? Yeah, that'll do. We'll take from the top output. All right, so we got a lot. We got advanced oil processing here. Boom. Then we've got the ability to scale that into 2 columns, but we can keep going pretty far down in each column. Then we're storing off heavy oil. We're making lubricant. And then we're cracking heavy oil into light oil if we need to. We can always turn this line off. And then all light oil is being stored. And then we're cracking light oil into petroleum gas as needed kind of thing. And then the very last thing is if we still have more light oil than we need, because we are cracking heavy oil into light oil and producing light oil in the very first step, then we're going to turn that light oil into solid fuel. So where is that? Where's solid fuel? Let's take a look. Solid fuel from light oil, chemical plant, and that's it. Light oil into solid fuel, and then we're just going to store off that solid fuel for now. Eventually we'll make that into rocket fuel, but I don't think we need to do that just yet. We might. We'll see. See how much time we have. Maybe we will do that. All right, so I just need chemical plants again. This is going to be solid fuel from light oil. Same with you. And you just need light oil. And we're going to bring that down from the top. Here's our light oil. We need power. Doink. 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 That's fine. And a belt and storage. Let's do the next one. Let's take a look. I think it's rocket fuel. So basically, to balance everything out with all these different products, petroleum gas, light oil, and heavy oil, I'm converting everything into light oil. And then if we end up having excess light oil, I turn it into either petroleum gas, if we're short on that, or I turn it into solid fuel. Where is rocket fuel, I wonder? There it is. That's weird. All right. Rocket fuel is just solid fuel and more light oil. So I think that's what we'll do. Where's that made? In just a regular assembling machines, huh? It's using rocket parts, using nuclear fuel, but I think we're going to stop at the rocket fuel. All right, so belts for this. I think. I must have had a pipe on the ground. I'll use fast inserters. Okay, there's our solid rocket fuel. Up. Maybe... let's have this belt go up, actually. Because we're going to scale more and more going down. So we'll have this up. And then I'm going to give myself a bit of room here in case we end up doing another line of this here. And then this is going to be our rocket fuel production. And that is, we said, assemblers, right? Hopefully my base isn't totally destroyed. We haven't looked at the map in a while. All All right, you go down. I'm going to go with fast inserters for this. Boink, boink, boink. You get rocket fuel. Where might that be? You'd think it'd be with space, but it's not. It's where? Right there. Rocket fuel. Did that not take? Oh, and I need to get... Oh, I need to get oil in there, right? How are we gonna do that? We're gonna come in from the side, I guess. Let's put... Bummer. Bummer. Just thinking. Let's do our power pulse here for now. And I need to get my fuel in there. We can make it happen. This guy needs to be rotated. That guy needs to be rotated down. Let's run this belt up. Wrong key. Wrong key. Leave a little extra room. Okay, now I need to get more light oil down here. We're gonna have to run an underground belt here. That's fine. Boom, 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 boom. And more light oil. I'll try and line up these underground pipes. That's my light oil right there. That's our rocket fuel, and that I need, right now I need it just stored off somewhere. Let's run this up since we're probably going to scale downwards. And now I got to figure out how we're going to where we're going to store where we're going to store this. Could go, I mean, eventually this is going to go onto our bus. It might be both buses actually. And then we're going to add a third bus for our rocket launches is what I'm thinking. That may go over here. But that's going to be a little bit later on. Right now I just need to store it. I guess it doesn't have to be like a lifelong decision. We can always change our minds later. But let's run this up. Over for now. I'll bring power up there, and then we're just going to throw a bunch of this into storage chests. Until we're ready to make use of it. Something like that. Alright, so now in theory, I should be able to control our supplies. The one thing I'm missing, I see. One thing I'm missing is storage for petroleum gas, and that could probably be, since we're kind of routing the petroleum gas off to the left, maybe that belongs right here. In fact, how about to do that? Let me copy this collection of storage tanks. Of course, it's hard to get things to line up. Let's see, what count? I can kind of count down from this belt. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's where we're going to come in. That's where we're coming in with petroleum gas. And we're going to force it to run through these tanks before we actually use it. And then we're going to have to come out this way and go back up. And I do not want to connect these two. Alright, it's petroleum gas. That looks fine. This is just a placeholder. I can probably get rid of it for now. I just put that there for the spacing. And we won't leave all these lines running. I mean, we'll leave advanced. In fact, we might shut this guy off, right? This is a lower efficiency proposition here. Should I just disconnect the power? Or disconnect that pipe? So now this guy's off. Maybe I'll put some little indicator to let me know that I shut that off. That's no longer getting oil. And we're going to rely on the advanced oil processing. We're obviously going to have to scale that up for sure. I can do that between episodes. Heavy oil. And then we got cracking of heavy oil. That I feel like we could turn off too. Let's turn that off. That'll be just the indicator that it's turned off. And then we'll see how that plays out. The end result of this, or for the near term, is that we've got lubricant. And we want lubricant for, I think we're gonna do, we could quickly make our personal roboport, or, well, we need power armor, we need a personal roboport, we need portable batteries or a portable fusion reactor, and we need worker bots. For those things we need the electric engines, and we can get electric engines just as a part of working on this utility science. We're gonna need it for that. I think for these flying robot frames. Yeah, electric engines. So what I'm thinking of doing is let's now transition over, now that we've got lubricant available to us, let's do the production science since that's next in the list. This won't take any special ingredients. We can do all this any way we want, but there's a fair amount of factory to build for that. So let's set up to do that. I'm gonna head over to the bus, science pack bus. We'll do the production science, and then we'll start on the what is that called? What's the yellow one called again? Or whatever this color is. Utility science. We'll start on that, and as soon as we get to the electric engines, then we're going to switch over to setting up our power armor, our personal roboport, all that kind of stuff. And then once that's all set up and I've got worker bots, finally, then We're either going to work on expanding our defenses or expanding our perimeter on the map, or we're going to finish on the that yellow science. We'll see what's most pressing. And then we're not far from doing the rocket stuff, but these defenses do need to be shored up. Let's look, we're going to wrap this episode up here pretty soon. Let's look at, I want to see artillery again. I really want to start pushing the enemy back. Oh man, it needs a ton. So yeah, this utility science isn't going to do it. We need space science. That won't be, I don't think that's going to be too hard. Gotta launch rockets and things. Metallurgic science. I'm thinking we're going to have to go off planet for that, right? Metallurgic science. Can I center click, right click, alt click, anything to take me into the Factoriopedia? That would be a nice feature. Let's look at the recipe for that. No, tungsten. Yeah, I'm guessing we got to go off planet for this. Crafted on Volcanus. Yikes. Man, that's a drag. I really want the artillery. But once we have the worker bots and the personal roboport, then we've got lasers. I think I can just kind of, you know, push out our perimeter and throw down lasers with our worker bots and make sure the power lines are connected up when they drop them. And hopefully we can push back the perimeter. I'd like to push everything back. Just not keen on having biters spawn inside the walls, which they did between episodes. That was not fun at all. And that could easily happen because they're just chewing away at our... I mean, they're right outside the gates everywhere. Everywhere, they're right outside our walls. And we're adding more and more pollution as we add these production lines. But we'll see what we can do. Production science next. And we'll do that next episode. For now, though, this is Glidercat saying thanks so much for watching. Appreciate your viewership, and I hope you enjoy this series on Factorio Space Age. We still haven't touched the new content yet. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. I'm kind of enjoying this journey. I hope you are too. I want to thank Glidercat patrons and channel members for their support, as always. Deeply, sincerely appreciated. And with that, I'll see y'all in the next one.